capstone project, I chose to do something I'm super passionate about and feel like I could make a difference in. And I've always been concerned with the environment, so I decided to research plastic, what it's doing to our world, and what the solutions could be. Plastic is filling landfills, recycling plants, incineration plants, and the oceans. Landfills take up a lot of space and emit large quantities of methane gas, which leads to greenhouse gas emissions, which is leading to climate change. Recycling plants are controlled by demand and the amount of energy it takes to sort the recycling. When items are made with multiple layers of plastic, paper, and/or cardboard, it's a lot harder to recycle it, and it will most likely just end up in the landfill. Incineration plants reduces the volume of waste and can generate energy, but they still emit harmful emissions. With increasing technology, the pollutants can be reduced and could be the best waste management solution for the future. Oceans are suffering the worst because of plastic. A plastic bag has recently been found in the deepest reaches of the Mariana Trench, which is 36,000 feet deep. Plastic will break down into tiny particles called microplastics and are nearly impossible to remove because they're not only at the surface. It's estimated by 2050 that plastic will outweigh fish in the ocean. More plastic than fish. I've looked into the zero waste lifestyle and found ways for me myself to reduce my waste. And I've talked to someone that lives low waste and asked how she's able to do it. And it's all possible by being prepared for any situation that could possibly create waste, like bringing containers, bottles, utensils, napkins, all that. So then I created an assignment for the AP Environmental class, all 4 classes in my school, for them to collect their trash for a week and evaluate the amount of plastic used in their daily lifestyle. In the second half of the assignment, I had the students try to reduce their waste and reflect on how it was for them. I have begun to look at their responses to my surveys that I had them do during this assignment, and overall they seem to collectively find that a low waste lifestyle is very difficult. I, as well as many of my classmates, are not able to avoid plastic in our lifestyles. It takes a lot of time, effort, and planning to be zero waste. Time, I don't think I have. The lesson to learn is that you have to reflect on what you need versus what you want. For example, I would like a new reusable water bottle that's bigger and has a straw, but I already have several water bottles that are just as good and I use every day, and so I don't need a new water bottle, even though I want one. And we need to continue to think of ways to not buy things when we don't actually need them. Only buy what you need. With all the plastic that I've collected from the AP Environmental students and myself, I will be creating a sculpture of a wave. So I was inspired by the waves created by Kathleen Egan. She is a surfer that made a barrel out of a wave, out of plastic bottles, and I'm more closely going to make something that like hers, where I'm going to take chicken wire like her and have it more closely to that size. I was also inspired by Jack Johnson's team, that they also made a barrel of a wave, but they used trash found at the beach, and there was like ropes, containers, and more like beach trash items. And it's also a lot bigger. But it just is really cool to see people come together and make something that will really help and make an impact in using less plastic. So I will be putting my sculpture in the lobby of my school. The wave itself will be made out of chicken wire, cardboard, plastic bags, plastic bottles, and containers. I plan on getting a stand to put it on with wheels so that it can be easily transported, and a boogie board to stand on. I want this wave to make people think about the amount of plastic they use and how to reduce it. Seeing pictures of animals dying in plastic makes people sad, but often not enough to make changes to save these animals. A picture of an animal that died from plastic will get shared on social media and will begin to make people think about the plastic's harm. But plastic is convenient. It's easier to buy a coffee and to throw away the plastic cup and straw than to bring in your own coffee cup to have them pour it in. It's one thing to be sad about a turtle dying from a straw getting stuck in its nose, but change will only be made if you stop using straws. It is trendy to bring a nice coffee to school in a plastic cup, but it should be trendy to bring it in a reusable cup. All it takes is people actually wanting to make the change for something to happen. No one wants climate change or animals dying, but people also do not want to change their lifestyles.